wealth fund that manages Singapore's foreign reserves, GIC is driven by a singular purpose: to secure Singapore's financial future. Singapore, a young nation with no natural resources. They were in talks to continue the common currency with Malaysia, a valuable lifeline. But any country's future is hinged on its financial security. And since Singapore couldn't get assurances on the ownership of their reserves, they ended the talks. They had their own currency. How would they issue it and ensure credibility? A central bank would have given them more flexibility when issuing currency, while a currency board would have required every note issued to be backed by external reserves. This gave investors confidence in the young nation. As a member of the sterling area, Singapore had to keep part of their reserves in sterling. But when the sterling weakened during the sterling crisis, buying their reserves, Singapore diversified out of the sterling continued to decline, but Singapore's reserves were protected. Unfortunately, the crisis wasn't limited to just the sterling. By the late 60s, the dollar had become vulnerable. Countries started abandoning the US dollar. In response, the US established a gold embargo. Through a stealth operation, they bought gold from South Africa. A torn US dollar note was used to identify both parties and keep the meeting secret. The Bretton Woods system collapsed in 1971, sending shockwaves through the markets. But Singapore's bold spirit secured their reserves once again. But to maximize their returns for the long term, they were missing one key component: a specialized team with expertise across asset classes. So Singapore made the bold decision to set up a private company to do just that. That company? That's us.